Have you ever had a dehydrated pup and you didn't know how to treat it? Well, that's what happened to me. So when I was first starting out, I had a dehydrated puppy and I did all the recommended things that I found on Google, but they weren't working. Turns out the puppy was severely dehydrated and almost died because I didn't know any better when I was first starting out. So this video is going to help you determine what tests to run to assess dehydration in your newborn puppies and how to treat it. So today we're talking about dehydration. So as I mentioned, I had a puppy that almost died because I didn't know any better. And I wish I would have found information like this sooner because it would have saved me a whole bunch of time searching for the answer, and also the puppy wouldn't have been such at risk. But what I ended up doing was I ended up getting some lactated ringers from my vet, and I ended up giving them subcutaneous fluids with a syringe with the lactated ringers. That, in my opinion, is one of the best forms of rehydration for your puppy because it has all the nutrients that your puppy needs in order to replenish the supplies that it lost. Keep in mind, puppies, they are 75% water, so it is very, very detrimental that these puppies also are on a consistent feeding schedule, and they should be feeding every 2 to 3 hours during the first 2 to 3 weeks. Now, keep in mind also, these puppies, since they are 75% water, they do have to be on that strict feeding schedule. But also, a good way to test to see if your puppy is dehydrated or not is to use a cotton ball. Now, I like to use this method over a baby wipe because personally you can see the urine color better on the cotton ball. But what you would do is simply just take a cotton ball and you would go and stimulate the puppy. So you would stimulate the puppy just a little bit, and she's loving this, by the way. This actually puts her to sleep. But you would stimulate the puppy, boy or girl, and you would make sure you get a little bit of urine on there. And you want to see that this is going to be very, very light color to no color at all. This right here is actually a great indicator that the puppy is well hydrated. Now, if you think about it, whenever you don't drink some water and you go to the bathroom, your pee is really yellow. Same concept with the puppies, but you want to make sure that these puppies, they are well hydrated by having that straw color to no color urine on it as well. And also, a way to rehydrate them also is to give them some warm Pedialyte, non-flavored as well, but also dilute it with half water too. But make sure it's warm. You don't want to give them room temperature or cold Pedialyte from the fridge because you don't want the puppies to become chilled. At 2 weeks, they're still learning how to regulate their internal temperatures. So you want to make sure that you keep these puppies warm as well. And then also, make sure that these puppies are being hydrated, but they don't have low blood sugar. If they are not eating for some reason, or if they are not on a consistent feeding schedule, they could get low blood sugar, and you'd have to fight the body to bring the glucose levels back up, and then that's a whole nother process because the puppy can actually start fading after that. So a good way to just prevent it is to give them consistent feedings. Track their feeding time so that way you avoid going into that danger zone for being, too late on their feedings to where their blood sugar levels drop. Make sure you give them some water introduction by week 2. Give them filtered water. You can use bottled water. Personally, if they're starting out, I think that's the best way to do it. Just warm it up. Start introducing them to water at 2 weeks old, and then after that, just a little bit at a time. I like to use a syringe with some warm water, but whatever you want to do, whatever works best for them. And then also double check their heating pad also too. I didn't know this when I was first starting out. I actually had the area too hot. So you want to make sure that the heating pad or the heating lamp, their whelping temperature, is set to 85 degrees and up, so 85 to 87 degrees for puppies 1 to 2 weeks, and then obviously when you bring them home that day, 88 degrees. But you want to make sure that it's at that ideal temperature so where they don't overheat and also lose their water as well. So I hope that was helpful. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe, share this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care of your puppies.